TV.
Welcome to this edition of Dufferin Life. I'm your host, Teena Avery. Thank you so much for joining me today. So I have this thing. Everyone's like, oh, you're on TV. You must love to get your picture taken. You want to do all this. No. I don't like to have my picture taken, which is quite ironic because you're looking at me through your TV screen and here I am, or your computer screen. But you know what I find very challenging? In the holiday season, you have so many people coming, visiting, doing all these things, and you're trying to take photos. And how do you take the perfect holiday photo? Joining me today, we have Patty. Patty, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for asking me. I'm delighted to be here.
Well, I'm thrilled you're here as well. So Patty's a professional photographer, and she's going to give us some tips and tricks on taking the perfect holiday photos. Yeah, and basically allowing you to snap the season in style. So, Patty, I mean, it's a busy time of year, but everybody wants to have that memory, right? Like, I mean, and that's really important. Like, for me, everything you do is kind of an experience, yes. And you want to have something to look back on, whether it's digital or if you actually take them to the store and have them printed, whatever it happens to be. So, how do we start? Let's just start with the easy part. What if you want to take a selfie by the Christmas tree? Like, what do we do?
Well, the first thing that you need to do is you need to accept that the pictures have to be taken, right? But a selfie by the Christmas tree, the best thing to do is you stand with your back to the tree and make sure that the tree isn't directly behind you, so you don't have like a star coming directly out of the top of your head.
Good point.
And then most of the phones these days are perfect for that. You put them into selfie mode and you hold them up and you just take a picture with it. You can figure out some different things. It depends on the number of people that you have. There's selfie sticks. I find that the kids in particular, the ones that are under the age of like 20, 25, they have it down to a science to figure out how to do that.
They do. I'm extremely jealous. If you've ever been here on the show, or if you've ever seen me and we wanted to take a picture together, you all know I have an app. I have long nails. I'm very awkward to selfie. So I have an app where I say, smile, and then it takes a photo. And then hopefully you don't drop your phone 17 times like I have, and it starts to malfunction a little bit on you because it can't hear you properly or whatever. Yeah. But I find like just that, I mean, if you're doing a selfie, is it better to be up high when you're like lifting it up? I guess it just depends on what you're trying to hide, or not hide, or just if you're wanting a full body shot, that's different. But
what you definitely don't want is you don't want down low, because as soon as you're looking down low, you're looking right at your nose and right at your chin and things. It's just not flattering on anyone. You want to either be straight on or a little bit above. You don't want to be creamed so much that you're like that. A little bit above, and it's just a flattering photo. Whenever you're standing there, if you happen to have a window, so you can have some natural sunlight, so your face is well lit while you do it. That's always helpful as well. To make sure that there's good lighting. Sometimes overhead lighting, you can get that spooky, shadowy look. So don't hesitate to turn off a light or two. Phones, especially smartphones these days, are really adaptable, that they can do a great photo for you, just like even in the dark, right?
Yeah.
So you turn off some of the nasty overhead ones, and if you just have window light coming in, you can get a beautiful, well-lit picture of everyone. And then I always find the ones where you snuggle, instead of everyone standing like they're in a school picture, everybody just hugs. It's Christmas time. You're supposed to be having fun with family and friends, and just lean in and give a bit of a hug and a snuggle, and then you get that close bond.
And I think someone who doesn't like to have their picture taken, what you have to kind of realize is it doesn't matter if it's not perfect. I'm the most judgmental. Like, I used to have a rule, like, you do not post a picture of me on social media unless I see it ahead of time, and if I don't like it, you need to take it down. Like, I think I'm extreme, but I think that that's just kind of part of the process. So when you're looking at a picture and you're looking at a group picture, especially if you have kids in the picture, not everybody has to be looking. People can be laughing. Some people could be looking at the camera. Some people are looking at the person beside them. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah, you have to let go of perfect. You really have to let that go, because we're human beings and none of us are perfect. I find it a lot with moms. Moms are really struggle to let themselves get their picture taken, they have to do it. You have to look at it long term and realize that someone who loves you is going to cherish those photos. So get in the picture, get it done, get it taken. Doesn't matter what you look like, doesn't matter if you've had time to put your makeup on or get your hair done. Get in the picture and just do it.
Yeah, I need to.
You don't have to look
take
at
that
it.
advice, perhaps. Yeah.
You don't have to see them, but you think 30 years from now, your kid's going to look at that picture and they're going to have the memories of that Christmas morning whenever you didn't have your hair done and your makeup on and you're in your Christmas jammies. They're going to remember that. It's very important.
So when you're doing a shot with like the Christmas tree behind you, if you've got the multicolored lights and things flat, like does that affect the photo?
Where things start to be problematic is when if you're wearing like an ugly Christmas sweater and you've got a lot of color going on, and then there's a lot of color going on in the tree, then it seems sometimes in a picture your eye doesn't know where to look.
Okay.
So if you snuggle in or zoom in a little bit more and you get more just faces squished together, or take a few steps away from the tree. So instead of being backed right up against the tree, maybe you're 4 or 5 feet in front of the tree.
Okay.
You can blur the tree out a little bit.
Okay.
So it's more of a background instead of being part of your shoulder.
Right.
So.
Right. Well, I mean, and if you're wearing a bunch of ugly sweaters, and there's like 10 of you doing that, sit on the couch. Like, just don't stand in front of the tree.
Nothing against ugly sweaters.
No,
but
absolutely. They're a lot of fun, right? Like they're a lot of fun. And then you also have those people that want to take like PJ, like matching PJs, like the family, the dog, everybody sitting in front of, like, and it doesn't always have to be in front of a holiday tree, a Christmas tree. It doesn't have to, it doesn't have to be anywhere. It can just be, but everybody wants to do that. But then you remember that all of these pajamas are very colorful and there's a lot happening.
I even love front porches this time of year because everyone's, or not everyone, but a lot of people have wreaths on the doors or beautiful planters on the side. And it's just simple and beautiful. And you can go out and sit on the front porch in your jammies or in your ugly Christmas sweaters or just in your regular clothes and just go out and snuggle on the front porch and get a great family photo that way. And if you have larger groups, sometimes it's hard to get a large group in a living room all squished together. And the porches and front steps work very well for that, if you brave the outdoors.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think one of the bigger challenges are photos with toddlers and babies.
Oh, yes.
What can you tell? What do we do?
You go with them. They dictate the picture. So if they are wanting to get the picture done in their jammies, leave them in their jammies. Don't change them into the frilly dress. If they don't want to wear it, you don't poke the bear and you pick your battles.
Right.
Bribery works really, really well. Sometimes you tease them, and you tease them with puppets or tickle them, or if one particular parent they want to be with, you let them be glommed onto that parent,
right?
And you work around them. And number one thing with toddlers and 2-year-olds is you work fast.
Yeah.
If you only get one picture, you only get one picture, and that's how it goes.
Well, it's kind of like those ones that you see that are funny that have like the child just absolutely having a meltdown on Santa's knee. Yeah. Like I love those because those I've got a couple. Out of the 2 boys, you know which one you are that caused that. But yeah, so I mean, it is a lot, and I mean, with a baby, it has to be challenging as well. Is it better to be seated, like if you're the mom with the baby, just because if you're holding the baby up here, sometimes I think it's hard to see the baby's face, or you've wrapped it, you swaddled the baby, and
you just turn them out a little bit and have them just make sure they're always very supported. So you just turn their little faces, like turn their little bodies and faces out a little bit, and it works out okay. Sometimes seated works, and then you can, again, you point down, so you get a better chance at looking at the face. What really works well is to take a look at the picture after you've taken it, especially if the baby's sleeping and you're like, oh, this doesn't quite work, and then you can take it again.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it is definitely challenging, and we all want that perfect photo.
Yeah.
I mean, we all want that perfect photo, but I think we need to realize that you don't need the perfect photo. Now, I almost feel hypocritical saying that because I'm really hard on myself.
It's
hard. I really am. But one of the things I wanted to talk about too, and we touched on it briefly too, is about getting in the photo. I think that my kids, when I'm one day far in the future, when I'm not here, they're going to have a whole span of time where I wasn't in any photo.
Yeah.
you know, and you're absolutely right. Like, you just need to be a part of it. And if you don't like it, don't look at it. But when we're talking about lighting, it's obviously, I'm going to ask you, it's not good to have lighting behind you, correct?
No, because you get a bit of a glow,
Okay.
and your eye naturally goes to the brightest part of the picture, so it's that. Now, the great thing about smartphones is that you can adapt, and you can pick and choose by tapping. If you're using a cell phone, you just tap on the person's nose, and it will automatically get the light off of that, as opposed
I need a new
to behind.
phone. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's best to not have a big glowing lamp behind your head. It's
Right.
best to not do that. It's best to have the light coming right square on your face.
Yeah, and then when you've got the shining lights above your head, you kind of sometimes have, like, it almost looks angelic, like the rays of light that are coming down that can take an entire person out of your photo.
Yeah. You may want to. You never know.
This is true. Depends on how happy you are with your family and all of the friends and everything. So one thing I wanted to talk to you about and see if you would recommend doing it. Is it good to, like, set up an iPad and then just kind of almost take a video for a couple minutes while you're getting into place, and then you can go back and choose a good photo? Like,
that's a great option. It's a great option. It's great to be able to look and be able to say, oh, this person wasn't positioned quite right, or they're really not going to be happy with that picture, or this person's cropped out of it. But the videos are wonderful to be able to say that's the picture, and then you can go through the video and say there it is. And I find that you actually get more casual photos that way, where people are laughing and smiling and talking instead of the straight everybody cheesing. You get a more casual, just a relaxed animated photo, which, if that's what you're looking for, then that's the way to do it.
Yeah, I think so. Like, I mean, even if you have it set up on, whether it's your phone or an iPad or whatever, and you have it set up and you're like, okay, everybody look at the camera now, 1, 2, 3, everybody smile, but then you still have those moments with the video where everyone's laughing and someone's not sitting in place and grandma's turn her head the other way and this one's running over this way and all those sorts of things. But it gives you that opportunity to see those, as well as having that one photo. I had to take a selfie. It was for business purposes, and I literally did it with a video versus just trying to take the selfie, because I'm horrible. Like, you know, I just want.
Even the photographer. It used to be the photographer was, you know, one member of the family is not going to be in the picture because they're the one taking the picture. With the video, the photographer can run and be a part of the picture as well, and you don't have to worry about photoshopping someone in afterwards or that type of.
And that works well too. Like, if you set a timer on your phone, right? Yeah. So that kind of alleviates the leaving that one person out. Although I always opted. And I always volunteered to take the photos. I'm just saying, it was just kind of one of those things. We just have probably less than a minute left. Any last minute tips that you want to share?
Definitely watch your lighting. If you can choose to be in front of a window and have that wonderful natural light coming in, that's the most wonderful, flattering light for anyone in any place.
But not your back to the window. Like,
not your back. No.
Face front.
Yeah.
So that,
face front to the window, and get the pictures. Get in the pictures. Get the pictures. Get the picture with grandma. Get the pictures with the cousins. Get the pictures with everyone, because it matters. It tells the story.
Absolutely. Thank you, Patty, for coming on to the show today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Don't you go anywhere. We'll be right back. So we're still on screen.
This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Are you a passionate content creator ready to expand your audience reach? Do you have unique stories, captivating hobbies, or special interests that deserve a spotlight? Rogers TV is here to amplify your voice within the community. We offer you the platform to broadcast your content to a wider audience. And the best part, it's completely free. Don't miss this opportunity to share your vision and engage with viewers. Find out how Rogers TV can transform your content journey today.
Public transit, garbage pickup, parks and recreation programs, snow removal on your street. How can you stay informed about these and other important local services? Tune to City Council coverage on Rogers TV. See your community leaders at work on Rogers TV City Council coverage.
Welcome back to Dufferin Life. Thank you so much for staying with us. And if you're just tuning in, as always, you're tuning in at a great time. Holiday concert. Oh my gosh, I was going to sing it there, and I'm like, don't sing in front of Pam, because I'm a horrible singer. Anyways, Pam, thank you so much for joining me today.
Oh my gosh, it's my pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
It is truly my pleasure. So you have an event coming up.
I do.
It's coming up very, very soon.
Yes.
And we want to talk about that. So I'm going to let you tell us a little bit about the event.
So it is on December 21st. I had to think about that. December 21st, we are in December, at 11 a.m. at the Tony Rose Memorial Center. We're in the upstairs community room.
Okay.
And Santa is going to be there.
Oh, nice.
And in case everyone didn't know, singing is like my jam. And so we're going to have a concert.
Okay.
And Santa's going to be there. And I'm actually really excited because Santa's going to be there for the whole concert. Oh. So my original idea was that Santa would come in at the end, for pictures and stuff. But the thing about littles is that they get really scared of Santa.
Right.
So he offered actually to come for the entirety of the concert, and I was like,
nice.
That's actually a beautiful idea, because then we can include Santa in our Christmas concert, and he can, interject and be a part of it, and then at the end, maybe the kids will have had some time, like they'll have had a good 45 minutes to sort of see him, just get comfortable with the idea that he's in the room, and then maybe we'll have some more success with the photos after the fact. So I'm kind of excited about that concept, that idea.
Apparently Pam has an in with Santa, because this is a busy time of year for him, and he's going to be spending at least an hour over at Tony Rose. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I know. I'm so lucky. I'm really, really lucky that Santa was willing to give us some time, especially like 3 days before Christmas. He's kind of busy. He's kind of busy around that time. But he is a sucker for music, and he is a sucker for spending some time with kids and taking photos. So I'm lucky for that.
Let's talk about the littles. So what age group are we talking about?
Typically 0 to 5, but I expect that at the concert we're going to see some older kids, because we are never too old for Santa and too old for Christmas carols, and that's something I've just noticed throughout this month is just how much people are. So often people will shut themselves up, just like you did at the beginning, and Christmas carols, they will not shut themselves up. They will sing loud and proud, and they will sing off key, and they're okay with it. And it's like the one time of year that people will give themselves that permission to just let it rip, and it makes me so happy. It makes me so happy. So to think of a room, with this concert, thinking of a room of, over 100 people in the same space, all singing together and not caring, what they sound like, that's to me what it's all about.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, there was a reason in my past why I didn't sing out loud, besides the fact that I'm pitchy and off key. But, there was a reason why I didn't do it, just because my family, my ex was musical, and that was kind of like his thing, and I was like, I don't want to do that. But now that I guess that sounds horrible. Now that he's my ex, I belt stuff out.
Good.
I literally, I was in the car with my girlfriend, and she's like, "You're not singing very loud." I said, "No, I've honestly trained myself to be, if I'm singing, it's very, very low."
Yeah.
And then she's just like, "Let it out." And I'm just like, "Okay, baby, you asked for it."
There's nothing better, whether you're good or not good, there's nothing that makes you feel better than belting out any tune. And it's just Christmas time, for whatever reason, we've given ourselves permission that we're allowed. But the rest of the year, we don't.
Yes.
We don't give ourselves that permission. And it's so sad, because the benefits of music don't just live with the people that are good at it. They live with everybody.
Absolutely. Listen, I was a dancer growing up. I literally will be cooking in the kitchen. I dance all over the place. I dance in the shower. I try not to dance too much in the shower, because you can slip and fall.
Yeah,
so don't try that.
in the shower.
But yeah, I will literally, I've got music going all the time. I love music in my house. Now I listen to whatever I want to listen to, whenever I want to listen to it. And when I'm home alone, the dog and the cat are my audience. And let me tell you, I just sing away, right?
As you should, as you should. You know, you get the benefits as a shower singer or as a car singer. I love singing in the car.
Yeah,
like
me
I
too.
love singing in the car. The shower is not so much my place. I don't know why, but the car, that is like, that's where my big voice comes out to play.
Yeah, and if you don't know it, she has an absolutely beautiful voice. So there you go.
Thank you. But honestly, my goal, I have found, you know, in running my program, Musical Munchkins, I have found that my goal has really become to just get rid of this idea that you're only allowed to sing if you're good at it, and that singing is for everybody. And actually, the benefits of singing, it doesn't matter if you're good or not good. You can still benefit from it, and your child can benefit from it so much. And even like, you know, kids will sing off key, and the parent will be like, oh, sorry, like my kid's singing off key. And you're like, no, this is a skill.
Yes.
You know, the more that they do it, the more on key they're going to become.
Right.
They're on the road to getting, you know, their pitch and their rhythm and their beat, but they're just not there yet.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have to fiddle around a little bit and figure out, but the beauty of kids is they just will.
Yes.
They will allow themselves to fail, they will allow themselves to fall, and they don't really care. They don't have that third eye. It's wonderful.
Yeah, no, it truly is amazing.
It is
really
amazing.
is, because they don't judge, they just do.
They just do. That's a really good way to put
and
it.
then you get to a certain age and you're like,
oh, I should probably be
yeah,
quiet. Yeah, exactly, and it's so sad. So in many ways, I feel like, you know, in my classes that the parents are just as much my students as the kids.
Right.
Because I'm trying to help them. A lot of times, parents have been shushed over the years by somebody, and somebody they really care about. So like a parent or a teacher, you know, I remember the days of, you know, maybe you should lip sync this one, and so that the choir sounded better, right? Like you can stand with the choir, but just lip sync it, because then the choir sounds better. And I think that a lot of parents are recovering from that trauma from when they were little, of being like, no, I was told not to sing by like an authority figure, somebody they trusted, and that was just the time.
Yeah.
But you know, I say that's with my kids. If one, and it happens all the time in my house, where one child will tell the other child to stop singing, and I'm like, whoa, we do not shush people in this house. We do not shush people. No.
Right.
Like whatever's coming out is allowed and is fine. Except my one daughter has a love for the recorder, and I'm like, could we not? So I will say that, where I'm like, I'm really trying to redirect. She loves her recorder so much, and I'm like, there's got to be a better instrument.
there has got to be.
Please find something else. I'm all about it. I'm all about it.
Yeah,
But please find
absolutely.
something else.
So one of the important things that I want to talk to you about with your event is you are collecting non-perishable food items.
I am, yes. This is like my favorite thing to do, and I think it's really amazing as a performer, because that's sort of, those are my roots, being a performer. And when you can use that, it's kind of a selfish skill, like being a singer. It feels so good. I love singing. I love an audience. Give me the spotlight any day of the week. But when you can use that thing that makes you so happy to do something good for somebody else, that's like the be all and end all for me.
Yeah.
So the fact that I can like get that opportunity to perform in front of an audience and have so much fun personally doing that, but at the same time, you know, we're bringing in all this food, and then I don't even pay attention to how much food is being collected until everybody's gone. And once everybody's gone, just to like look at that bin and see it overflowing, like I cannot tell you the feeling that it gives me, and anybody that would be in that position to be like, oh my gosh, that I did that, and then to go and weigh it at the food bank and you know, take the picture, and it's just such a rewarding. It's a really rewarding
feeling. It really
feeling.
is an amazing way to give back, and anybody who's watched the show already knows, and I say it every time, that the food bank is one of the near and dear to my heart organizations, because it breaks my heart at the thought of somebody being hungry and not being able to do that. And times are getting tougher for people.
Yeah.
You know, and so if you can give, please do.
Absolutely.
And if you can't, share the information so that people that can give.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing. It's just the awareness that the food bank exists, and at any time you can go and donate. You know, you don't have to have a huge donation, you can literally drop off a couple of items, and that's going to be a game changer for somebody.
Yeah.
So, and absolutely what you're saying, like times are getting tougher. The grocery prices are just through the roof, and more people are in need of this service. So, and it's no big deal for us to.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I mean, if you're able to do it, you grab one or two things. Maybe you grab more than one or two things. If you're not, as I always say, just share the information with people.
Yeah.
You know, if you're swinging by and you're going to see the concert and hear all the little sing, and we're going to talk about that again in a second. But I always have to give that big plug for the Orangeville Food Bank, or any food bank within anywhere, you know, obviously within Dufferin County, because that's where we live. But anything that you can do to help, every little bit helps.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, it's pretty special. It's a pretty special event. It's something I have done before, but I haven't done it since before COVID. So it's been a long time. So I'm really excited to get back in there and do it.
So I have to ask, what's your favorite Christmas carol?
Oh my gosh, that is such a tough question.
I know, everyone says that.
Oh my goodness, that's a really tough question. Okay, so as a musical Munchkins teacher, it's Jingle Bells.
Okay.
Because, I have many reasons why Jingle Bells is my favorite. First of all, for a child, Jingle Bells is not a Christmas carol. It is 365 days a year. It's like, it does not die. It is around forever. And I don't know why. Like, there's something about Jingle Bells that just sticks to them for the whole year. So they really attach themselves to it, and then as a result, I can teach a lot, because they know it so well, and because they love it so much. But also, I have a personal attachment to Jingle Bells because my dad used to sing it with us. Like when I was little, we didn't have a radio in our car, so we would sing Christmas carols. And my dad was a very stoic individual. If he could have an invisibility cloak, he would have taken it.
Right.
Like, he was not he was charismatic, but in
very introverted.
Very introverted, but confident. But anyway, he would really let it out with Christmas carols.
Okay.
And Jingle Bells in particular, he had a specific ending that would go, jingle, 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 jingle all the way, hey! And it was, again, just knowing his introverted personality just made it that much more fun, because you didn't see him always, have fun and break out like that. He was quiet. So I bring that to all of my classes. So I always say, my dad finished the song this way, and then we do it, that way. And one little girl I heard back the other day, she's probably 3, and she said to her mom, Pam's dad ends the song this way.
Aww.
And I just thought, like, this to me, again, is what music is all about. It is passing it on from generation to generation.
Yeah.
And the fact that I get to pass that along to these guys and help these families keep music alive in their homes.
Yeah.
With my own traditions and my own, so I think, Jingle Bells.
All right.
Which is funny because it's really not my favorite. But there are so many reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you the best of luck with the concert. Thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Go out and catch the Littles on December 21st. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, bye-bye for now. So we're still on screen, and this is where I'm like, Teena's hilarious.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
It's closing time, and you stayed out longer than you planned. So now you can't drive, and the buses have stopped running. You could always call your girlfriend. Or maybe your roommate? What about your best friend? You could just dial 1-888-TAXI-GUY or use the Taxi Guy app. The call and the app are free, and they both connect you to a local cab company to bring you home safely. Visit arrivalive.org to find out more.